So this is the second time I've recorded this video. The first time I had broken the play game settings, so gonna run through it a little faster this time. I'm gonna go ahead and simulate this season and talk about things. There's a link to my Discord in the description of this video. So if you are following this at all, I hope you would join the Discord and join the conversation as I try to make a football game. I am moving the devlogs to be a little more sporadic. Probably every other week is going to be the goal. The weekly thing was too hard to keep up with. Plus I had the flu. My two kids, 5 and 3, had the flu, and then my wife had the flu. And then we had an ice storm, and it's been chaotic. So that's why this one was late. And then I just decided that weekly updates are probably a little crazy to keep up with, especially moving forward where I'm doing a lot of tweaking instead of adding new features constantly. But on this one we have quite a bit. So I'm not sure if I had the simulation like this running last time. I am lazy and didn't even check what my last update was, so kind of winging it here. I do know that I have stats now, I have standings, I have playoffs, I have the championship. I've added commentary to the game, which is awful, but it's funny and it's there. It's piecing together things from phrases that I have generated through 11 labs, and it is kind of goofy and it doesn't work well all the time, but it somehow still makes it more fun to watch the game, just having the little bit of commentary that makes sense, and every once in a while wondering what the hell the commentator is talking about. So with the simulation, I'm using Madden's pre-season ratings, I think, and I have the simulation system working all right based on what you would expect using the Madden ratings. Most of the players, the teams, do make sense at the end of a season simulation. Some do not, and that might just be because Madden rates players really high, in my opinion. There's not a whole lot of variance between like a superstar in the ratings and like your average starter when it comes down to just numerical values. So some teams just really perform better than you would expect them to. Washington, the Redskins, Commanders, whatever, are one of them. Always extremely good. The Giants running back, Tracy, is always very good. And there are a couple others out there. When I go through the stats here in a second for the season, you will probably notice those immediately. The players, some of them are just very, very good. There are a couple teams that do better than expected. There are a couple teams that do worse than you would expect. So the wild card that we ended up with, Tampa Bay versus Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay, Philly, Arizona. Arizona is one of those teams that does pretty well. Cincinnati, Buffalo. Cincinnati usually doesn't do that great, so seeing them here is nice. Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Denver, Jacksonville. So, outside of Arizona, none of these are super crazy, I don't think. If we look at these standings, let's go through the conferences. Here we are, Commanders 15-2. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. Everything else, even as a Cowboys fan, everything else here makes enough sense. I can see us doing that. Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks. The division of parity. Seahawks had a bad year. Usually the Seahawks are up here. This division really, in my Sims kind of goes to anybody. AFC North, 2-15 Browns. This is, this is fairly accurate. Again, Titans did better than they did this year, obviously. Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets. The Chargers, here they are, doing awful. Not sure why. But yeah, the Commanders, just offense is insane, defense is insane. Your guess is as good as mine. So if we look, Jaden Daniels throwing for about 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 8 picks. Herbert with 21 and 15. Something's terribly wrong with Herbert. Most of these other ones, not too terrible. The interception rate seems a little too high. Quarterbacks just don't throw that many out. Kyle Murray way out here on yardage, but threw about 30 touchdowns. This is probably going to derail. Yeah, 4th and touchdowns, low in yards. Probably going to derail me a little bit, but sort that by yards. 12.83. That's new. Usually Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry rise above the pack here. Eckler apparently just killing it in Washington. McLaurin, crazy year. Let's flip it over to defense. It does take a little bit of time to switch because it's reading from the database here. I haven't got like a snapshot cached or anything for this to go faster. But yeah, their defense, Washington's defense is killing it. 15 sacks is the leader. So let's go ahead and move forward. That's kind of showing where we are in here. Let's go through each of these games. Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Arizona, keeping it going. Buffalo, maybe Buffalo can get it done in my Sims, because normally they still don't. Washington, just really crazy in here. Buffalo does have a shot. Will they make it? They are. They're going to make it back to the Super Bowl against Washington. So good luck to them. You'll notice that the record is continuously updating. I don't have the playoffs separated. Even if I go back to stats, it just calculates them all into stats. That's something that I need to work on. But these are the overalls for these teams. Washington, very good with these ratings. So let's give this a shot. Washington's abbreviation is wrapped. I see that at the top, so I kind of need to fix that. I do have a new score bug display.
Fielded at the
punt return blocking and kick return blocking.
The linebacker
is
with the
really
tackle.
broken. I have a lot of punt returns and kick returns go for touchdowns when I'm in the
They
in-game
come out
sim.
in a bunch formation.
You see some man-to-man alignment.
Drops back. Quick throw.
Some pre-snap motion.
Off the edge.
The ball
And
carrier
stopped at the
AI has been
28-yard
improved.
line.
They will kind of run side to side. Faster players will try to hit the edge. Sometimes they get a little confused and they just kind of they'll take holes that don't seem very smart.
Off the left
He's
side.
ran
And
directly into
stopped
somebody.
at
Probably not the wisest
27-yard
decision.
line.
But that's in there. I have updated
Third and long
the scaling
at
on the field
27-yard line.
to be a little more to look a little cleaner.
Nobody's open.
Knocked it away. 4th and 8.
Underthrow.
Not sure what the commentary is saying. Hopefully the background is sound is not too loud. Otherwise, this is going to be another wasted attempt at recording this video. So what's coming up next is I'm thinking about doing the salary cap and free agent generation. So I'm going to use player generated, I'm going to use generated players for the free agency. That way I can kind of test that out. That's the plan there. And once the free agency and the salary cap are implemented, I do want to clean up the in-game visuals.
He's scrambling.
More like stat trackers, more
Incomplete pass.
like a little in-game preview pop-up that shows the teams and their record and where you're playing.
Second
Things like
and
that,
long at the
I do want.
34-yard line.
So once that is, once
the
those
middle.
couple
He
things are
makes the
done,
catch and
the plan
stopped at
is
the
to allow the
36-yard
advancement of the
line.
season, probably add injuries into simulation.
Third and long at the
on field.
36-yard line.
And allow the advancement of the
Looking
season. And when I
for a
can do
receiver.
that, I'll
He
probably
makes the catch
release
in
like a
traffic.
small build
And stopped at the
on my
40-yard line.
Discord to let people kind of play around with it. When you create your coach and your offensive coordinator, you do get to call plays for your user-controlled team on offense. That is a little clunky still. I don't know if I'll fix that completely before,
Punts it.
because I'm more interested in how the systems of the simulations are operating more so than the play calling. That's more of just a UI
The
thing.
defender lays the lumber.
So that's not a focus right now, and I kind of want to get some feedback on how things are operating. I'm only running, am I running 3-minute quarters right now? I might.
Straight ahead.
I've been testing
And
out
stopped
timeout
at the
logic from the CPU
47-yard line. End of
to
the
kind
quarter.
of make sure that they are doing. Did that not switch sides
Lines
of the
up
field,
with an empty backfield.
or did it?
To
They
the
switched
sideline.
sides, but I don't
He
know
makes
if
the
the ball
catch in
got
traffic.
respotted. That's
And
weird.
stopped at
I'll have to
the
look back on the video.
45-yard line.
Yeah, trying to make sure that the players
Third and
are,
long at
or
the
the coaches are calling
45-yard
timeouts when they should. Trying to get like the 2-minute
Lets it
warning to
fly.
work properly.
Makes the catch and
things like
stopped
that.
at the 31-yard line. First, incredible.
Under 2 minutes, teams will start running like no huddle offenses.
First and 10 at
trying
the
to get into
31-yard
field goal
line.
range or score a touchdown before half. They'll call
Deep
timeouts
downfield.
a little too aggressively.
Hauls it in
They kind of
and
just
stopped at the
will start
16-yard
calling timeouts
line.
under
Picks
2
up the
minutes
first. That's good. In the red
on
zone.
offense. The defense will also.
They come out
something
in an
similar.
ace formation.
Is this 2-minute warning going to stop at? Yes, it is. Cool. Will they go back to the huddle? Okay, they do. Okay, so that's working. That's good.
First and 10 at the 16-yard
Yeah,
line.
you'll start seeing timeouts. Like if this
Drops
is like a
back.
short pass
He's
and
scrambling.
tackled. No. They'll just call a timeout under 2
Incomplete.
minutes. Now, when they have one left, they will hold that down to 4 seconds, basically, to line up for like a field goal if they're in field goal range. And they also run no huddle. And I think he just got frozen trying to run a no huddle. So bugs. We have it. So this game is just, I don't even have a delay a game to break this. So this is just going to run down. And I'm just going to end the video there.
Wide
they're going to
open.
chew
Up the
the
middle
clock.
and stopped at the 17-yard line.
Chewed the clock. That's what they decided to do.
Third
they
and
ran a
long
no
at
huddle.
the 17-yard line.
Hurry up into chewing the clock. So, yeah, logic. When it's broken, it's interesting. Those two things don't go together. So, yeah, they're going to snap this ball with about 4 to 6 seconds, 5 to 8 seconds left, somewhere in there.
They give it to the
chewing the
running
clock,
back
I
and
guess.
stopped at the 7-yard, just short of the marker.
And then they took a timeout for the field goal with 1:15. So, yeah, they're a little broken. But the logic's there, like the idea's there, and it looks like they're going to chew the clock even though it's stopped. And yeah, so fun times. Hopefully you can join me on Discord. There's a couple guys in there that we kind of go over what's going on and talk about features I'd like to see
Field goal attempt.
in the
It's good.
in the game, and I try to make it happen. I may have forgotten something that I've put in here.
They come out in an
I don't
ace
even think
formation.
they didn't even kick the ball off there, did they? They just said
Kickoff.
They said fuck it. They even went to the wrong side of the field. What a broken series of events this was.